just allowed them to again fight back. I mean, it was an equal ground, but Blacklist International came out on top. But again, we're going to be going into match 2 here. Blacklist International 1-up. FLUX looking to get that revenge against Blacklist International for taking them out of M5. I think this is, again, a game of the future. $1 million prize pool. They're fighting for it.
Yeah, that's a wealthy prize. And yeah, but the draft side is pretty much the similar from the last game. Novaria and Joy being banned. Absolutely agree on this one, especially on Joy. And on the other hand, they like mirror bans from the previous games.
Yeah, get Gwen out of there, get Matilda out of there. We again, pretty flexible heroes, but Matilda's just an absolute monster in the roam. I do like that the fear effect isn't coming on to FLUX, right? They're not banning out things that they just anticipated, because I felt like they did good against Blacklist International. Their lineup, like they were responding very well. I think again, it just came down to a couple mistakes that caused, and again, Blacklist just being pushed back against the wall like a predator and capitalized on that. So I think FLUX is, you know, maybe not be the happiest with their take in that last game, but I do think that they're okay with what they did. I mean, all they have to do is get the correct mindset and let's go.
Yeah. Overall, it was like not grouping up against AOECC, and that was the mistake, and you can fix that pretty easily just of the awareness, overall awareness on the map.
Yeah.
Like
kind of looking at.
Sorry, it happens when you like underestimate your opponent, and that's it.
True. I think that's well said. Well said. Now, kind of looking at a Ruby pick, that's something FLUX picked. I think it was pretty good. I mean, the Ruby excelled. We've seen quite a few IM offendeds land on a decent bit of the team. Kind of trying to think what they're going for right here. Blacklist International not wanting to deal with Arlott. I like that. Get that out of there. They didn't want to first pick it, but they didn't want to allow it to be a second pick for FLUX. Again, I personally think Arlott is more viable than Ruby. But again, it can be a trade-off depending on like how you're building, right? So like maybe Blacklist International comp right now really can scale with the Ruby instead of the Arlott. So we'll see. Uh-oh, I got a little friend here.
Hi. So Ruby picked again, but for the different reasons this time for Blacklist International. I guess it's going to be either Roam and or Explain, and the Valentina. I like the Valentina pick, and again Carry being picked. I mean, they performed pretty good, so why wouldn't you go for them again? There is no Arlott this time around, and the farm is being banned as well, by the way.
It is true. The fair mist, but again, you picking up this Nana was definitely a little bit of a troublesome for FLUX into the mid to late game. So definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. A response that FLUX is kind of, I mean, the not the Vexana, the Valentina is a good go. I mean, but it is still a frontal damage. It's just a frontal damage dealer mage, right? And Nana definitely is a little bit into the back line, so we'll have to see how Rosa plays.
But the Nana from the different side proved that this is worthy hero to being picked this time, because the damage output is just insanely big. If you're thinking about old Nana, it's like what, it's like no damage, it's like what, 70% full burst combo, like, and what, and now it's like first skill like half HP. and this overall control, CC, I mean crowd control is wow. Now it's a hero to play.
That is true. I mean, Nana definitely brings that annoying aspect to the team fights that if you just let it slip, it could be a problem for you. I do kind of talking about what FireFlux is doing as a response, picking up the TIG. They've seen how well that was utilized by BLACKLIST International. They want to attempt to try to bring that to their comp at this point. Now, building off of something you're not a fan of is that they did pick up the carry once again. Can they utilize that? Do you think they're gonna take your approach and not go tank this time?
I mean, look, I thinking about what, like, if you attack like properly and you land your CC properly, enemy will not be able to hit you. So why would you build tanky in this case? Like, because like half of the fights we saw like carry full HP, so nobody like attacking you. Nobody attacking you, so why would you build tankiness? That's my question. And this is like kinda, you don't want to tank anything playing ADC, right? You don't want to tank like something. Maybe, okay, maybe you can go for claws, harsh claws, and maybe some exchanges you're gonna win. But this is not the case. Like, you just your team is attacking and you just add to this attack. But yeah, like that's just me. So as you said, she went 5-0, she went good, and eventually it was not the build mistake losing the game.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. Kind of like what, you know, it wasn't what we wanted to see. It just didn't have that power output. And I think that paired with a little bit of the greediness that Sunshine was emitting there. But hey, it's all right. Sometimes you gotta come back to the game, get out of that tunnel zone, you know. Focus on main objective isn't killing that person, it's destroying that crystal.
Yeah, and I was thinking about, if BLACKLIST gonna play early game just the way they did, they're gonna lose this game. Like, they're gonna lose this game. If they're gonna play again like that, I mean, they was kind of like felt rust a little bit, but then they flipped the switch, like you said, and started to like ganking up, trying to kill people. Nana started to working, Tigreal started to working, and yeah, they just wake up.
Yeah, the flick of the switch is what some teams just need sometimes, and that's what I like. I like to see the teams that don't back down from a tough interaction is what we need to see from a tournament like this, especially with $1 million on the line. BLACKLIST International, though, picking up a Rafaela and also the Bruno. Now, I kind of want to talk about this FireFlux pick. So they picked up Xborg. That's something I see in North America a lot. The true damage that Xborg can exert is something to be feared, and I think BLACKLIST International might have to watch out for it. If it's in the jungle, I could be tentative, as there's not 2 EXP picks yet.
Yeah, about Xborg, I think it's like, you know this thing when somebody take like fighter hero, and he either damage a lot, have a decent damage, and he's like can't be killed, like but sometimes they pick these fighters and they are like no damage and no tankiness, so it's in between of those two. So yeah. We can see both.
What could come is that FireFlux definitely likes that aggressive approach, but we're going to be getting into the second round of BLACKLIST International versus FireFlux. Can FireFlux bring that same aggression that we've seen into the first game? Can BLACKLIST fight back that aggression and keep this win going? Match point, BLACKLIST International.
Yeah, and start just like the previous game, like solo on the mid lane and trying to harass the gold lane straight away. Rafaela already rotating on the gold lane to help her Bruno, gold laner, and it's Ruby for the X-Plane, actually. Again, I didn't mention that, and the X-Plane is being zoned out completely, trying to get this ballista for the X, and successfully doing it, but the lane control is on the FireFlux side.
Yeah, true. I mean, again, it's just the little bit of the engage in the middle, a little bit of a play here by Apex. Haji a little low. Gonna definitely have to rotate back now, but Oheb utilizing the soccer balls to put a lot of pressure on the FireFlux here. Again, we're seeing about the similar game. I will say that FireFlux, based on their overall picks, that they're looking for an aggressive game, utilizing that export to use that last insanity to dive, while also allowing the Leomord's Phantom Steed to spiral into Blacklist International and just mess them up. I think right now FireFlux is going to have to keep an eye on Haji. Maybe the focus might be on stopping him and killing him first before they do anything.
Yeah, I would love to see the Leomord spiraling out of control, absolutely, but there's like, seems like there's way too much CC here. Trying to go for the Ruby and the counterattacks of the counterattacks. Like, I guess it was not going for the Ruby, he was trying to save it, but his Expert ultimate on top of that, Firaga being popped and the roll is not working. He's being dragged back, and this double kill for the Blacklist International on top of the turtle.
I'm offended on a Haji, but only Tig there to follow up. Kind of, you know, talking about what just happened there, right? FireFlux, I think what I'm seeing here is that I don't know if they anticipated how much control a Ruby brings to the playing field. As soon as TNZ was there, oh my god, the Molina's blitz just blitzed Apex down. Implosion. TNZ looking for a play here. Nice. Forced to use that flicker. But back to what I was saying, I believe that the Leomord is going to have quite the trouble unless he's gonna like, that Ruby was nasty. He didn't have a chance paired with the Molina. Phantom Steed's coming out onto Haji, not able to escape as Tinzy able to secure that kill there.
Yeah, at this point he just needs gold, so he ulted just for gold, and yeah, not being able to do something extra with his ultimate, but the gold is fine for this point because he really need that farm. With this kind of hero, you really want to, like, first two ultimates kind of successfully kill 1-2 people and objective, and you're good, and you're gonna get in the position when you are like almost one shot in everything. But now what? He's going to follow the implosion probably, and trying to shave off this gold, and the second skill plus flicker on top of that, trying to go on the Nana here, proccing some passive. Second skill of Baraz good, dragging two people back, and the yes, this is finish of this nasty finish, but the counter attack of the Barats on top of that, this is like back and forth, and the ultimate on Leomord again had a cooldown, being able to use it, and I don't know, can you call this a win for FireFlux, or is it even?
I mean, we see that Blacklist International able to take all of that gold plating and a tower down on the EXP. I do think that the aggression by Alien was a little bit too much. You know, utilizing that last insanity and that flicker to dive in, it secured the kill onto you, but again, not really causing a shutdown, not really getting too much out of it, losing your lane. You know, FireFlux, the aggression, again, I said that they wanted to be aggressive, but look at this, I'm fitted onto onto Apex from Edward there. And we see a little bit of a play here today. FireFlux now down one person for this turtle take. I don't think they're gonna have what it needs to take this turtle.
Yeah, and the turtle is going for the Blacklist yet again, and almost 2k gold advantage already. And here Leomord trying to snipe someone, but he actually uses his ultimate to just run back, I guess, and enjoying this river minion only, and that's not what you want to get from the Leomord ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been in a stickier situation as Blacklist International utilized the river to sprint all the way down. Oheb able to take the tower, though, against Sunshine. We do see a Daytona's welcome on to Alien. Alien's shield procced. A retry comes out. Does look like Sensu wants to. But he didn't commit. Again, I like it. I mean, don't be too aggressive. FireFlux shown that aggression. The economic lead is definitely in Blacklist's favor.
Yeah, that is for sure. And kind of Blacklist looking like looking strong in game number 2, but maybe it's going to be something like mirror situation from the previous game when Tigreal is going to 5 people implosion and just sneak up all the game. We're gonna know soon.
True, true. I mean, we did see a great implosion by Apex. I think with what FireFlux really needs to watch out for is Edward. Edward is 2-0-1, and he has so much control over a lot of those team fights. Again, you don't want to allow him to do too much into that. Now we do have 24 seconds onto the next turtle. We do see Blacklist looking for a little bit of a play, but FireFlux kind of setting up maybe something a little strategic here.
Yeah, but it seems like this is kind of like plateau situation, and forced to use his ultimate Xborg just to run away. I mean, it felt like a little bit prematurely. He could try to just go, but it shows that FireFlux are starting to play like super safe, and it's bad sign in terms of confidence.
Yeah, but look, and I'm offended, able to secure a kill. You able to take out Apex. Blacklist International looking to take more here. Turtle is low. Edward being spicy, hitting the TPs onto TNZ, keeping him zoned out of the turtle zone. Blacklist International feeling comfortable.
Yeah, no turrets, almost no turrets get from Blacklist didn't lost, and mid lane is being pushed like everyone just farming, in my opinion. Like 4k gold advantage, but it's not a lot of pressure from the Blacklist. This is kind of like classic Blacklist gameplay, slow, steady, and just go at some moments. Like Tigreal went in, didn't quite manage to do something and just died. Like 4 people explosion, no, 3 people explosion, that's huge, but not enough damage. Rafaela easily out heals these amounts of damage with the Flask of Oasis probably being built first item, and yeah, this is going to be hard for FireFlux.
You can see Apex coming in there, utilizing the implosion, but no follow-up by the side of FireFlux Impunity, or FireFlux Esports here. Last Insanity comes out, but like you were saying, just Haji's sustainability was just too much for FireFlux at this point.
Yeah, and the Blacklist seems like they find their rhythm, what they was looking for game number 1, and game number 2 looks like more in terms of... Oh, here again, he went for the positioning, Tigreal went for the positioning, and gets picked off right away. They don't let this Tigreal to shine.
Yeah, I mean, Blacklist International definitely on the snowball here, but let's not count FireFlux out just yet. As we've seen in prior games, all it takes is one play. I do think that Apex is struggling on this TIG. We can already see it's 0-4-1. I think Apex really has to wait for his team for a follow-up. Not quite sure where the miscommunication is coming. We've just seen so many implosions come out and nothing for it, but we do see a little bit of a concealed play. This is what I'm saying. They're going to count on taking down Haji. We do see the Divine Judgment coming out there, though. TNZ trying to put on a lot of pressure. Can they take him down as the Melina's Blitz does come in? TNZ low. We do see the implosion coming in, but it's not enough as Oheb was able to secure the kill. The Last Insanity comes out, used, passive procced. FireFlux looking for the plays, but Oheb coming in from the left flank, able to take out Rosa. Look at the damage as Sunset trying to get out of there, but a Maniac secured by Oheb. Alien, 1 HP. They are on the hunt. Can he escape? It's all up to him, but look, we can see a little bit of the replay here. The Last Insanity coming in, able to secure the kill onto you. But again, we kind of see down here at the lane, I don't know if Blacklist International has enough time to be able to just take the turret. But again, they're able to secure the Lord. They won that team fight there. And FireFlux, I think they just overextended. Blacklist International was backing up, and the response by the team was just too much. OHEB, an absolute monster right now.
And now they're gonna try to finish the game, but the implosion finally work on the Rubians. Might be the sign of the defense, but the Barats is not thinking that way, pushing tier 3 turret with his team. 4 people left, but it doesn't mean the attack is stopped. The 1-to-1 on the kills score, and the extra big wave of minions going into the mid lane. OHEB trying to work on the crystal, and the Barats is good initiation, the counter attack by the Leomore, trying to zone out all of the team and do it successfully. But the crits, but the damage is insane.
Oh my
10k
god.
gold advantage, 10k gold advantage is there. Is not.
They're just going for kills at this point. They don't even care. OHEB, unstoppable. Blacklist International looking to end it here, but they're just holding out to stack the kills up onto FireFlux. Blacklist International taking the 2-0 against FireFlux into Group C. My god.
Yeah, good gameplay. And the second game was more like the
Blacklist International, and then we might turn the tides here. We can kind of look at some of the highlights in this game.
The game kind of went bad for FireFlux from the start, and this is like good ultimate, but don't result anything here. But this finish off, but like this is a trade, still it's not gonna work. The team tried to save the Xborg but didn't manage to. Tigreal yet again, he's in position, but Blacklist just go into Tigreal and kill him. In this case, FireFlux need to counter attack straight away, and they are not aware of this.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was the turning moment for sure. I mean, they just kept up the pressure. As you can see, Alien just didn't have the damage. Apex still trying to get another implosion paired with the last Insanity. I think they were able to take out you here, but maybe not. I think it was the burn that got it. But OHEB here was the triple kill into a Maniac. And dropping the emote there. OHEB just a monster on this Pruno. And then this is where they were down one person, Edward, but they still weren't letting up. Phantom Steed comes out, but it wasn't enough as he gets dragged back, and then OHEB's damage is just too much for FireFlux. There it is, Blacklist International. OHEB able to secure that MVP in this match. 9-1-4, 31% damage. Definitely well deserved.
Yeah, surely well deserved too. I was just thinking maybe, but no. When I saw the scoreboard, it's impossible. And the damage, like, and this is a good draft for Blacklist in terms of they kind of find a key against FireFlux. That FireFlux is like trying to play like ultra aggressively, and they just pick Ruby and Rafaela for that. So if they go in, Ruby stops them, Rafaela stops them, speed them up. So the positioning is on the side of Blacklist, and FireFlux was just like aggressive, but it didn't work because Blacklist was aware of the play style they chose.
True. I mean, again, I kind of thinking about what you said earlier on. It was just maybe Blacklist International in that first game was just a little rusty, you know. They were dusting off a little bit, and then they just came back and absolutely dominated. And again, I think they just got the feel for FireFlux. FireFlux had that aggression. They had the burning passion of the fire inside of them, but it just wasn't enough as Blacklist International was able to snuff it out. It was just, man, it was a great match.
Yeah, absolutely agree on that one. But it felt like as well that FireFlux are kinda felt this bitterness of the previous game, this unfortunate loss, and on the other hand, Blacklist kinda like had felt the power because of it. So like one team start to play a little bit worse, and second team start to play better because of that.
For sure. I mean, it was just TNZ, I mean, he had the team fight participation that I would say you'd probably need from a Lamord a Leomord. So I just, again, I think Edward was able to take advantage. He was everywhere that TNZ was, and he wasn't able to execute any of the Phantom Steeds and to correct positions. I was hyping up the X-Borg that Alien picked as it's a North American special, but again, it didn't excel. It